Hey, this is Kevin with Imagination Hobbies, coming at you with another new video here. Something a little different. So, this little guy right here, he is a Glyos figure. And Glyos isn't a particular company, it's just an actual style of peg, basically. So, they have like these little pegs that allow you to interchange parts and snap them off and snap them back on. And there's a lot of different manufacturers that like participate in this Glyos system, kind of like how a Lego has a system. Um, but yeah, I just wanted to show you this cool stuff that I got today. Um, this is Zullen. Uh, Zullen. He's made by the creator Zol Beast, and he is a Glyos figure. And I modified him a little bit, and I actually found this really cool ship that matches him at Goodwill, which I think is super sick. So I'm going to show you that really quick so that I can make a little bit of room. But I'll actually zoom out for a sec. Nope, that's not out, that's in. So I'm gonna zoom out for a sec. So this is the like full ship here. It's super cool. I wanted to show you some of the features it has. I got this for $5 at Goodwill, and I always look around Goodwill for parts to build a spaceship. I was like, dude, this is a whole spaceship for $5. But it's cool. It has these like little storage containers, and those are neat because I can store like more little figs in there. And so there's all these storage containers. I got these little figs in there. Some more Glyos stuff. And that's cool. So it's got those hatches, and those just close. And I'll move this aside. Then it has these buttons on top. And then you push these buttons, and a compartment comes open, and I could store more figures in here, and they're on it's on both sides. And there's little drop pods and stuff that go in here that I can also drop down, and the drop pods open, and those are cool. Those just haven't come in the mail yet. So I'm going to zoom back in a little bit, and then I'm going to go ahead and get that out of the way. And I'm going to pause this, and I'll be right back. And so we got this guy. He's like the main pilot for that starship. I'm going to have that starship be a Zullen class starfighter, because this guy is called a Zullen. And there's different types of Zullen. Normally the Zullen don't use this hip joint right here. Normally they have, I'm trying to find it. Normally it's this hip joint, but I actually replaced it with this because this one can swivel and has a little bit more articulation, and it makes him a little more squat, a little shorter, which I want. So that way, you know, I could fit more in that ship. And then B, because it gives it a little more posability. Oops. A little more posability. You can do more with the articulation on the legs and stuff, which means you can get it to stand up a little bit better. Like different situations, you just can control how it stands up. But different types of Zullens. So there's this Zullen with this head. Each Zullen comes with like 3 different heads. So this is also a Zullen. So what are the other heads that came with this? Well, this is a bad example. This one I only had one head because I bought it secondhand. But I bought this new from website. I think it's the God Beast website. And comes with this head, or this head, and let's see, or this head. standard alien head. So you get 4 heads with this guy, which is super cool. Again, I replaced his little hip joints here. Normally this is the hip joint for it, but I wanted him to have that squat appearance, and you'll see why. So these are all really cool. So here's the Zulens I got. They're really neat. Let me just adjust the camera. So yeah, so these are all Glyos figures, and those are really neat. And different colors, like all different colors, man. They probably make more than a dozen different Zulen color ways, but I don't think they make any new ones anymore. I think that they are kind of sunsetted. So I picked up those primarily on eBay or through Facebook. There is a Glyos Facebook page if you're interested. It's Glyos, Glyos. My very first Glyos is this. It's called a Mushi. Again, all these parts like detach and they're interchangeable. So I could put like this guy's arms on this if I wanted to for some reason, which is super cool because, you know, for different reasons you do want to switch things up. Like again, I have that hip joint on this guy that normally doesn't come with it. And let me show you why I put the hip joint on that guy. So this is Onel Designs. This is like the originator and creator of the Glyos system. He originally like kind of created this little peg, has a little bump on it. And these are basically like the original Glyos kind of figures. And they just have a point of movement here, the wrist spins, point of movement, the wrist spins, the head moves, legs move up and down, and the ankle twists. That's it. That's all the articulation. But to me, I like this scale. This guy's called Thaden. He's like the or Faden. I'm sorry. He's called Faden, and he's the main kind of character in Onel Designs' little story. And Faden kind of, to me, is like the scale that I want to operate off of. So by giving these guys different hip joints, I made them a little shorter and more in scale with the Faden figure. So that was cool. So then we got Faden. We got Mushis. Mushis are from the God Beast Designs. That guy makes all kinds of cool stuff. He just had a thing called a Void Zoloid, and I just got one of those too. It's UV reactive, and it's like black with sparkles, and it glows under the light. I'll do another video on it when I get it in the mail, but there was only 25 of them ever made, so it's kind of cool to get that. But I mean, even this little like antenna like pops out like of this if you want to. It's super cool how interchangeable they are. And this one's pretty posable. So you have like the articulation here. You have this purple piece articulates armor and the wrist. All articulate independently. Even this little shoulder ripples right here, they can create different angles where his shoulders are back further or forward further or down or up by twisting these. And so that's really cool. So this is technically my first Glyos fig I ever got. And then when you get a Mushi, they typically come with this little guy. And they typically will just match the color a bit. So this is obviously just a monopose, one color solid figure, but you know, it's a matching pair basically. That's kind of how they come. So put this Mushi back here with his little buddy over here. Then you got Onel Designs. Again, this is Skeleton. Not Skeleton, but Skeleton. He's super cool. He's like a kind of a villain or antagonist to Faden, which is cool. And then he's got a really cool axe. Now, these are a lot older figures. This system was designed a long time ago, probably like 15 years or more ago. And So there's different things about the older figs, you know, that the newer figs are that differ a little bit. Like for instance, this doesn't use a peg in the hand, really. The thumb kind of gets in the way to use the peg process, but it does have like this type of weapon, and I could fit this type of weapon like in that hand. It just wouldn't like fit perfectly. So that's just kind of like a older design versus newer design kind of style difference there, but everything else still uses the Glyos peg system as far as the joints and stuff. He's cool because he has little extra armor pieces. So he's got like a chest piece, and he's got some ankle armor that you can slide over it to kind of further customize the look. And I like him like this because he looks, you know, like a skeleton, like an evil guy. And he's, you know, pretty cool. We get to pose him, and he gets to like chop and stuff like that. So that's a pretty cool toy. And then I got, you know, those over here. And then we got some newer style Glyos, which is a little bigger, right? So you got this guy right here. He's like an Arctic skeleton demon guy. He's really cool. And these guys, oh man, I'm blanking on what this model type is called, but these guys are cool too. There's like a range of these guys, and usually it's just the torso and legs and different arms and a different head that comes with it. But I think he branched out a little bit and sculpted some more stuff. So this one came with different arms and a different head, which was really cool. A lot of times what's cool about this system is like some of them, their heads will be double-sided. This one is not, but a lot of them, when you turn their head around, it's actually just like a different head, which is super cool. So we got this guy. Dang, I wish I remembered what type he was, what style he was. And then you got the Kraboths. So the Kraboths, or Kraboths, however you want to pronounce it. These little guys are cool. They only have 4 points of articulation because their legs move independently. But they're really cool little neat guys. They got little arm cannons and little claws. And sometimes they'll put these arms on backwards and they'll paint these little almond shapes like eyes, and it'll be a totally different figure. And so these guys are cool. Sometimes they call them stowaways because if you make an order that's like a decent size, sometimes they'll just throw one in for free. I actually think this guy was a stowaway, which is cool in my shipment. So I got him for free. So I'll try to set these back up. This is inherently going to be a problem, but we'll make it work. So there's that. These are the 2 Kraboths that I bought, little matching guys, because I thought they went well with that little pink, that big pink Mushi back there. And also, like, they make pretty good little sidekicks for this guy, I think, because the pink. So kind of cool little sidekick Kraboths for that baddie. And then we got this little dude, and he has no articulation. He's just a solid figure. He's cool, kind of like a throw-in. But I think maybe things can peg into the bottom here, which is pretty neat. But he's just like a cute little squishy looking guy. And then we got this guy. He's really neat. This is from a different company, which I'm blanking on right now. He was a lot taller before, but like I said, I'm trying to get that kind of more squished, smaller look to them. So what was really cool is the design of this guy. You know, you can add so many different pieces. Like, he came with all these extra little pieces and stuff, like tons of them. Like, I probably have a dozen extra pieces over here, like for arm armor and all kinds of stuff. But I wanted to make them shorter, so I started removing some pieces and rearranged some things to find a way to make him a little shorter. He stands up. He's a little harder to stand up because he's got a big fat head. But and then we got these This guy's really cool. Like a freaking Reaper guy, which is really neat. Yeah, I mean, this guy's sick. I can't remember exactly what the term is for this style of guy. It has like the foot claws and these claws up here. This is the galactic version or galaxy version or something. It's got little glitter in it, which is cool. And then I got put the mantis head on there. But there is a term for these guys, just like Mushi, but it's something else. It's by the God Beast, and this one's cool because it's got a little interchangeable like little tail I can pop on and pop off. Different little options like that. Yeah, so that guy's really neat too. So these are my Glyos figs. I'm really liking this range of figures from multiple vendors and creators. It's really neat. I'm hoping to get into toy making as well, and one day I want to be able to make something like this, so that would be really cool. And I'm just going to kind of brush all these guys aside. They're super durable. They're made out of like PVC plastic. They're not like resin. Now you can buy extra resin parts and stuff, but these are super durable PVC plastic. These are like very kind of high-end toys in my opinion, even though they're very simplistic. It's a lot of work that goes into making something like this for a small company. To be able to produce like many of these and many different designs and getting all the colors and everything. So I find these very, very, what's the word for it? I mean, they're just charming. Like, I think that's why I want to make them all a little shorter, because they're just kind of a charming little toy. And also, yeah, like you can just swap things around. Like, like this is actually off of this guy. Like it came with like this guy, but I'm using it as a laser pistol, which is like super cool. Like you can just do whatever your creativity allows, and however many parts you have, you can swap them all around and interchange things. Like for instance, like this guy, like they usually come with extra heads. So if if someone doesn't like this mantis head, like they have this head that they can put on it too. And it's just almost like Lego, just like swappability. Even these horns come off if you want them to. But I find that just really cool. I'm already a Lego fan, as you guys know, if you've watched my channel a lot. So I really like customizing things, and I even like painting and building and stuff like that. So that's cool. The reason why I shoved all that out of the way is because I wanted to show you all these extra parts. So this is like primarily just extra things I got. This was like a little stowaway kind of thing. This is another little creature that company, one of the companies, designed. So he's another separate fig. But here's the other arms here, original arms. And they even come off at the elbow, and you can interchange them. I could give him a hand cannon if I wanted to. Like he could just have like a big cannon instead of a forearm, which is super sick. Got all these different heads and different colors and different sizes and shapes that you can pop on. Then you have these access joints, and so like these things will pop on and spin, and this helps you be creative and create different things. There's a lot of translucent pieces, there's fluorescent pieces, glow in the dark pieces that they've made. Yeah, just a lot of really cool customizability. And I don't even have like a lot. I mean, I've seen people who have like hundreds of these things, and they're all so different. And like here's what I'm talking about with the dual head. So this head kind of reminds me of like a Halo guy. But he's got two-sided heads, so you can put whatever side you want. Some double-sided heads there. And then this is like an interchangeable one for the Mushi. So here's a Mushi head. Here's like a little pincer head with like 4 eyes, and you could even flip it around, and it's a slightly different head. And that's really cool. So I have more of these coming in the mail, if you can believe it or not. Like these, I've got all these, like I think this month. This is what the access joint pack kind of looks like when you buy it. They just sell them in different colors. Some of the packs are slightly different with the parts they contain. But this is a good example of what it looks like. And I've bought 3 or 4 of these in different colors. That's what allowed me to shorten up these Zullen figures. These are the Zullen models, even though the heads are different. I mean, it's the same figure, they just come with 4 different heads. Anyway, I hope you found this somewhat interesting. This is Kevin with Imagination Hobbies. I hope you enjoyed that. And then I want to show you one more thing. If you like this kind of content, please like and subscribe. Follow me so that way you can see other videos I post, because I'm going to be doing another video on new ones that I get. But I kind of want to show you what this ship does that I got for $5, so bear with me. So we're back with this beast of a ship. This thing's about, I don't know, 19 inches long almost. And this is your little pilot here that I have dubbed. This is his ship. And he's super cool. He matches his ship pretty much color-wise. And then I wanted to show you the effects that this ship has, which is really cool. So it's got a handle on it, which is really neat. It's got these like thrusters. You're like right there. We go. Let me back this up. Zoom out. So yeah, so it's got these thrusters, which I find really cool. And check this out. Has a few of these. That's a cool landing sound. Anyway, yeah, so that's my video. A little funny, I'm playing with toys, but so that's my video. A little funny, but this is Kevin with Imagination Hobbies signing off, and have a good day.